Good evening, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum. In tonight for Megyn Kelly. We have been reporting over the last 48 hours how a court order forced the release of brand new emails in the IRS scandal. Emails that show IRS officials in Washington were discussing the effort to target conservatives' political groups in the run-up to the 2012 election. And emails that show one top Democrat, Senator Carl Levin, encouraged the agency to go out there and challenge those groups by the IRS. Now, attention turns to roughly a dozen additional Democrats now, including Senator Harry Reid, Chuck Schumer, and Mary Landrieu, and others. It's now been almost a year exactly since Republicans demanded the IRS produce the emails between those lawmakers and the IRS. And now we're hearing that the IRS still has not released those documents. Joining me now, Katie Pavlik, who broke this story. She's a Fox News contributor and news editor for townhall.com. So you're suggesting, Katie, that through about 6 different moves, they've basically stonewalled releasing any information on these other top senators, right?
Right. So last year in May of 2013, shortly after Lois Lerner admitted and apologized for the targeting of Tea Party groups, the NRSC, which is a group on Capitol Hill full of Republicans, asked the IRS to produce information through a FOIA request showing the correspondence, if there was correspondence, between 13 Democrats on the Hill, and this includes Senator Harry Reid, Senator Chuck Schumer, and a whole host of other Democrats, the correspondence between them and top officials at the IRS, including former Commissioner Douglas Shulman, Stephen Miller, and Lois Lerner herself.
What's taking so long?
It's taking so long. So throughout the course of the last year, we've seen the IRS send these letters to the NRSC over and over again, 6 of them, with the same exact language saying, we need more time to fulfill your request. Now, the first initial request that they asked for more time, the IRS has 20 days to respond to a FOIA request by law. Then they have a 10-day period to extend it to. And then they've also recognized that after that 10-day period, they can sue the group asking for that information. So they keep sending these letters over and over again saying, we still need time to compile this information, but they don't deny that the information exists, which suggests they're running out the clock to try and circle the wagons around Democrats because that correspondence exists.
I mean, you go back to Lois Lerner, who took the 5th, and all of that put together suggests that there is something that they don't want to release. I mean, if they had gone through everything and they found nothing, then you would think they would be more than happy to say, we went through everything. We haven't seen any correspondence between any of these senators that you've mentioned and the IRS, pushing them to investigate or give these groups a hard time.
Right. And the specific language in these letters, the entire 6 of them that keep getting sent to the NRSC in response to this request, they specifically say we need more time to compile and send and go through this information. And on the election side, we know that the IRS was working with Democrats during an election year to try and target these groups. But going forward, Mary Landrieu is on this list of correspondence because people had a suspicion that there were lots of Democrats corresponding with the IRS. Not to mention, you had Harry Reid on the Senate floor calling out Tea Party groups, saying that they needed to be targeted. You had Chuck Schumer saying this in multiple public speeches. And so the NRSC wanted to know what information there could have been between the IRS and those Democrats, and they're getting stonewalled, and that information is not coming forward.
And they still don't know. Judicial Watch got them through suing. So we'll see what happens next. Katie, thank you very much.